Welcome once again. What are the other ways of achieving coherence in compositions? So far, we have taken up two of them. One, coherence through pronoun reference, and two, coherence through repetitive structure. I'd like you to join me in the classroom to see how a teacher conducts activities to teach coherence to her students.
Class, take a look at the sample paragraph on the board. Will someone read it, please?
So Carlos and Tony were in complete contrast, representing two opposed elements in Filipino life. Carlos was the modern man emerging. Beyond him, ready to come on the stage, was the great age of technology and machinery, of crowded cities and a restless vitality. Tony, on the other hand, might have ridden down from the old age of chivalry, lance in hand, silk and banner fluttering over his head. Each man was the perfect champion of his cause, drawing both his strength and his weaknesses from the people he led.
Thank you, Sherwin. Now, class, I'd like you to answer the following questions. Who are talked about in the paragraph?
Man.
Yes, Edna.
Two men, ma'am. They are Carlos and Tony.
That's correct, Edna. What are said about them? Who can answer that? Yes, how about Norma?
Mom, I think that paragraph shows the contrast in them.
And why do you say that? Who can answer that? Why do you say that there is a contrast between them? Yes, how about Luis? Luis?
Well, Mom, the paragraph says that Carlos was a modern man while Tony is a man in the past.
You could be correct there, Luis. Now, class, do you agree with Luis?
Yes, ma'am.
How about you, Jenny?
Yes, Ma'am, I do agree with Luis. Ma'am, in fact, I prefer Tony to Carlos.
And what do you mean by that?
Ma'am, I mean that the Tony in the paragraph is rare nowadays. Ma'am, a man who is chivalrous, ready to offer a seat to a lady. A man who will always open doors to women, you know.
Wow. I'm glad you understood the paragraph pretty well. Now, class, what I'd like you to do now is to analyze the parts of the paragraph. Where is the topic sentence located? Yes, how about Jonathan?
The first sentence is the topic sentence, which states the main idea.
And what is the main idea of the paragraph? Yes?
The Tony and Carlos are in the complete contrast. Carlos is the modern man while Tony is not, because he is the man of the past.
That's correct, Jonathan. Now, is there any part in the paragraph wherein the main idea is repeated? You can answer that. Jess, Jordash?
Ma'am, I think the last sentence restates the main idea.
Would you like to read it for us?
Each man was the perfect champion of his cause, drawing both his strengths and his weaknesses from the people he led. This sentence also presents contrast between Carlos and Tony.
Okay. Now, that's correct, Jordash. What about the middle sentences? What do they seem to illustrate? You can answer that. Yes, how about, yes, Donna, I haven't called on you yet.
They support the main idea and that illustrate the contrast between the two men.
Can we say then that the paragraph is woven together? Russell?
Yes, it is woven together. I mean, I don't see any sentence which seems to separate, or a sentence which is different from the rest. Every sentence is talking about the contrast.
Okay, that's a very good observation. Russell, class, when the sentences in a paragraph are woven together, then the paragraph is said to be coherent. And how did we achieve coherence in this paragraph? Russell, can you add to your answer a while ago?
Obviously, coherence was achieved by contrasting two personalities.
We can therefore say that one way of achieving coherence is by means of contrasting. Okay?
Yeah.
We can achieve coherence through contrasted elements. Very good, class.
Wasn't that a good way of showing our students how to achieve coherence in composition writing. Remember, a paragraph can exhibit unity, completeness, and order, but still lack coherence. We have to make our students realize that when a writer begins to write with a sense of purpose, writing coherent paragraphs becomes easier. There are two other ways of achieving coherence in composition writing, and these are coherence through transitional markers and coherence through connection between paragraphs. Please refer to the Teaching Support Manual for a thorough explanation of each. What did we learn in this episode? I shall give you a recap of the teaching points on this writing episode after this station. Stay tuned.